Hi, I'm Carlin Brownlee, and this is my Level 3 task presentation. So what is mobile learning? Mobile learning is for learners that are continually on the move. This is particularly important in my classroom because I teach art to kindergarten through 5th graders. My classroom is very fast-paced. I see students for 45 minutes at a time, and I have 6 classes in and out of my room every day. Technology use in my room would not be possible if it were not mobile. It is very important for students to be able to move around the room and to use technology while they are working on their current projects and assignments. So I decided to implement a mobile app called ChatterPix, and this is a short video clip of what ChatterPix is. So next I had to figure out how I could use this app to improve learning in my classroom. My 2nd grade students just finished a project where they were drawing birds. We talked about what it means to be creative and how we could come up with our own unique birds. They have been learning how to mix and make new colors, so we painted the birds all the different colors of the color wheel. After they finished this project, I had them do a reflective writing activity where they shared something about their birds. And we took this a step further with the ChatterPix app by having students imagine that they were one of the birds in their drawing, and they had to think of what that bird might say if it could talk. And this is what one student came up with for her yellow bird that she called her king bird.
But I'm a chicken. I'm a king.
So I think I was able to use this app in a way that addressed most of the 4 C's. My students had to use critical thinking skills in analyzing their artwork and coming up with creative ideas for what their picture could say or would say if it could talk. They used communication skills in speaking into the app and recording their voice, pretending to be a part of their drawing. The only thing I was not able to do was have them work in a group setting where they could collaborate and share ideas. This is something that I would like to incorporate in the future. I think that I was able to really push students outside of their comfort zone with the traditional way that they learn in schools. In this article, the author was talking about the nature of intelligence and how that the way our brains work is so different from the way that we educate in a typical school setting. And I think the incorporation of the 4 C's and the technology that I was able to use with this project really got students excited about learning, and they were able to approach learning in a way that was meaningful to them and allowed them to be reflective on their work. This student drew one of his birds on a shark's mouth. So he decided, instead of making his bird talk, that he was going to have the shark's mouth talk in his drawing. This is what he created.
Hey, red boy, why you sitting on my mouth? Because I'm a shark, I'm gonna eat you because you're so tasty and delicious. Ha!
So with all things, there are limitations. One of the limitations that I encountered was the lack of available technology. Our iPads in our media center are currently checked out and being used in other classrooms. So I have not yet been able to use this app with a whole class like I had planned. The wonderful thing about mobile technology is that I was still able to implement it with a few of my kids at a time by using the app on my cell phone. Another limitation I encountered was the app's options for sharing. On my personal device, I was able to easily email the clip to myself or to export to YouTube. When the students are able to work on an iPad individually, they do not have login information to export straight to YouTube themselves. So I need to figure out some kinks with how we are going to share so that everyone in the class can see each other's clips, and hopefully I would like to be able to share the clips between classes and maybe on our morning news station. Another limitation that I found was only being able to create one clip at a time. I think in my classroom, students would benefit from being able to create a story in ChatterPix. For example, in this project, if their birds could talk to each other rather than only one part of their artwork being able to talk at a time. So I think these are ways that this app could expand and become better. But overall, I was very happy with my experience using this app, and my kids loved it. They thought that it was hilarious that they were making their artwork talk. So it is definitely something that I will continue to use in my classroom in the future. That is the end of my presentation. Thanks for watching, and I will briefly share my list of resources.